Good morning, folks. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. First of all, I would like to express our sincere thanks to Appalachia Homestead. She had a couple of viewers send her some information on our channel, and she basically featured us on that channel for the work that we were doing in the mountains of North Carolina, Operation Mountain Relief. And then we had two other projects that we were working on, and that was sponsoring families and also Project Santa. To give you people that have graciously come over and subscribed to the channel to get a perspective from what's going on in North Carolina. I can tell you a little bit about how this started. And it basically, the hurricane hit, and I had family that lived up in the Hendersonville area, Flat Rock area, and it took 2 or 3 days before we could even get any kind of communication back from them. And luckily, we was able to hear from them. Praise the Lord, they were all okay. But I asked them how everything was, and she said it was really bad. And I said, well, do you need anything? And she said, we're okay, but there's a lot of people in a bad way. So was able to get a hold of Pastor Tim, and he at that time was had to drive out away from his home to get a cellular signal because all the cell towers and stuff was down from all the power outages and so forth. And he was talking about how bad it was, and that there was pretty much no food or anything left up there, that the stores were shut down, nothing was open, people couldn't get food and so forth. And I talked to Pastor Kenneth Davis at the Midway Wesleyan Church, and he said, we want to do something. And I said, well, we've got a connection up there. I said, I know a lot of those folks, and I gave him Pastor Tim's number, and we talked, and he said, I want to do something. I said, well, if you want to fill up the bus, I'll drive it. I have my CDLs, and I can drive that stuff. And so we started collecting goods, and it wasn't long until we had a bunch. I mean, in a week, we gathered up a tremendous amount of food and water and essentials, basic commodities for the people. And we estimated at about 60,000 pounds, and we proceeded to take it up there. Now, the people in Canton and Flat Rock area, we knew a lot of these people because the Midway Wesleyan Church mission team has been down in the Caribbean and South America with both of these churches in the past, when my uncle was the pastor at Canton at that time, and then at the Bethel Church in Flat Rock. So we had been on numerous mission trips with combined with these two churches to do repairs to churches and reconstruction of churches due to hurricanes. So it was time that we helped the people of the mountains that we already knew, that had helped so many people in the Caribbean and South America. It was their turn. So that's how Operation Mountain Relief got started. That's a little history on it. And then as it continued to go, we've learned about families and stuff, and we want to help provide and give these people some peace of mind. They've suffered enough. But thank you, Patara and Appalachia Homestead viewers. We're glad to be of a service to the Lord here on this side of the mountain range from Patara. She's on the East Tennessee side, and we're on the North Carolina side. Now, the location we're located in, we are not in the devastated areas. We had a lot of rain and a lot of wind from that hurricane, but we only had a few downed trees and minimal power outages. But we're about 2 hours from the devastation, just roughly, depending on which way you went. About 2.5 hours to the southern mountains, and about hour and a half to the mountains of the north side, on the northwest side. So just to give you some perspective. But what we've done here is Midway Wesleyan became a Western North Carolina hurricane donation site for our first load, and we continued that status, and we're collecting winter clothing now. And the way this thing was set up is the Bethel Church had a family life center there in Flat Rock, and the North Carolina West District of the Wesleyan Church designated him as a distribution hub, and that was to begin with. And Pastor Tim was able to take in goods and store them in that large facility, and then he was distributing to Canton. And then Canton became a distribution site. They didn't have a whole lot of room, so they was making quite a few runs up to Canton and distributing from there. And then once those two locations got filled up, there was numerous churches going and helping fill up that distribution center out of Charlotte, Gastonia, just all over the place. And this enabled Tim to kind of set up. If you're familiar with how an airline runs, they fly everybody into a hub, and everybody's there at one time for about 2 hours, and then you fly out to your destination. And that's kind of what's set up there. All the food comes into Flat Rock, and then he carries it up to Canton, and then it's distributed out like a hub and spoke system. Who better to know the ways through the mountains than the local folks? So that's what they've done. Well, with the overflow of food coming in and logistics to get stuff into Lake Lure, Chimney Rock area, Swannanoa, logistically to get from Flat Rock, you had to drive way down south and come back around and go back up underneath. So Brother Tim, in talking with the district, they decided to start stockpiling the churches in Forest City. So there was 2 churches in Forest City, the Missionary and Trinity Wesleyan churches. Logistically, they could move goods up, straight up, and get it into those areas without having to drive way around due to the bridges and roads being out. So now we have 4 big food distribution areas located around that area. So praise the Lord, those places are full. And so now we're concentrating on winter clothing, heaters, tarps, sleeping bags, and all that kind of stuff. And they've got enough food right now to sustain them for a bit. So we're working on getting them some stuff to stay warm. But just want to give you a brief history. I'd like to welcome all the people that came to our channel that's recommended from Patera on Appalachia Homestead. We thank you very much for joining us. And it's been a blessing to help the people in the mountains. And I'll tell you, since y'all came aboard and discovered our channel, I have to apologize. There've been a lot of comments. People have sent me comments, but there's been so many, I can't keep up with them. And plus, we're trying to coordinate the Project Santa, the project to help sponsor the families and so forth. So pardon me, I'll get to you eventually. I know some of you have sent messages and said they wanted to help sponsor families. I've tried to, anybody that needed an address for donation, I've tried to solicit a little help to point out that we had somebody needing an address or a phone number or a contact and so forth. But I'm working my way through the comments. I appreciate all that. And you don't know what it means to us to be able to have support that's come from the Appalachia Homestead viewers and that community. And we just want to thank y'all for coming aboard and helping sponsor a lot of this. Y'all are already seeing money come in, and that money is going straight to the people and so forth. But we will be having some videos come out just as soon as these sponsor a family is ready to go. And Project Santa is already an ongoing thing. So we are going to do some more information on that, and also on our winter clothing drive that we're doing, new and gently used stuff. And I'm going to have all this stuff attached in the description column underneath the video here. We'll put a link to the Wesleyan Church, put the address to it if you want to send a check to it. The other church that's taking donations is the Central Global Methodist Church in Asheboro. We're going to have a link to that to send any donations, and they are going to be facilitating the Sponsor a Family program out of that church. This is not a single church deal. This is several churches in the Piedmont of North Carolina that are pooling together to basically become the Lord's army to help these people. And we have Presbyterians, Southern Baptist, Independent Baptist, United Methodist, Wesleyans, Church of God, and Global Methodist, all involved out of this location that are all pulled together to help the folks in the mountains. And that's what it's all about, folks, is helping those people, spreading the word of the Lord, and hopefully somebody that don't know him be brought into the kingdom because of it. Thank you once again, Appalachia Homestead, for your support. And like I said, we're going to have some stuff posted in the description below where you can help out in any way. If you want to drop ship some stuff to either one of those churches for us to take on November the 2nd, you can do so. Both of these addresses are available for Amazon shipping, UPS shipping, and U.S. Postal Service, and so forth. But I appreciate you joining us this morning. Thanks a lot once again to Patara and the Appalachia Homestead community. Thank you very much. Y'all have a blessed day.